Another set from the Tournament of Position. This one will be Pox and Ascendbeyond, a bronze obsidian match. Let me just get some picks and bans going here.
While you're pulling that up, to Garfield in the chat, we definitely will go through all the results at the last stream, which is going to be Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And we'll go through the matchups moving forward into week 2. We just don't have a full confirmation on what's going to be streamed in that set, and we don't want to give results for what might be streamed on Sunday.
All right. And so we may or may not actually have the picks and bans, so a lot of this is just us guessing.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
you sold us out there.
Yeah, if you just say it in a confident voice, no one will question it.
All right, here I'm just gonna give my best guess. This is obviously what they're gonna all pick. They both banned Courtyard, and then they all picked Courtyard. Pretty sure that's the correct. Correct
anyway, so here we have Ascendbeyond versus Pox. Ascendbeyond was the top placement in Obsidian, just completely crushed everyone else. Went nearly lossless, but took one draw right at the end. Meanwhile, Pox was in possibly the most competitive division, Bronze. The entire top half of Bronze are incredibly strong players who were in a really tight race the whole time. Pox made second in the division with just 1 point below Shep, who was at the top.
Yeah, and I will say one of those picks is accurate, but I'm really not sure which.
Was it a Courtyard pick or a Courtyard ban?
One of them.
Wait, oh god, I don't even have the screen up, but I see what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. We'll just play it by ear. We'll see what they play. This is the nice thing about being casters. We don't get to look at the replays because then we wouldn't have the excitement watching it live with you guys. Let's pull up these games. Showing library first.
Yep, and I see. Yep, and I do see a red dress.
Oh, okay. We're going straight in.
Yep, I think we are going straight in.
All right,
we're doing it live.
Yep,
I'm ready.
And okay, I am bringing up the scoreboard.
Library.
Now I am. Now I am ready.
Okay. And you got the scoreboard, everything hunky dory.
Let me just make Pox red dress, so I have that all correct, and I am ready to go.
Fantastic. And Dels?
I'm good.
Welcome to Pox versus Ascendbeyond. This is a Bronze versus Obsidian. Starting here on Library in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And Library was almost certainly Ascendbeyond's pick. It's one of their favorite venues, and they feel very, very comfortable on it.
Seduction Target not helping us out. He does not have that mind control that Tabsies does. Early book, and we do have options. All the other books are being marked. Ours hasn't been. There we go. Ascendbeyond's been an absolutely lethal sniper in Obsidian. His spy has also been quite good. It turns out that he's just good at Spy Party. It's gonna be on Pox to see if he can break that. This might have a bit more of a like tennis feel where it's a server's advantage as a sniper.
Yeah, and Ascendbeyond versus Pox is just really a quintessential tournament of position match. I think the whole reason this tournament exists is so that players from lower divisions who might have been a bit underseeded can compete against players from higher divisions. And, you know, Ascendbeyond, I think they said something like, well, it was my first SCL season. I'd never done it before, so I just, you know, went into the lowest division. But Ascendbeyond has a few thousand games played and is really, really,
a few
really
thousand.
good.
I think, aren't they like 5,000 now or something absurd?
Yeah, 5 is a few, isn't it?
I believe a few would be like 2 or 3.
No, 2 or 3 is a couple.
A few isn't a handful.
Only 2 is a couple.
Yeah, 2 is a few is like 2 or 3, maybe 4, if you can't count.
Well, the point is, Ascendbeyond, 5,000 games played, really, really, really strong player, and so I'll be really curious to see how well they do in this match.
I think they might actually have more games than Pox. So Pox also has a lot of games. Pox, I think you're completely right, is a bit of a litmus test for Ascend. He's very solid on both sides. Um, I can't really think of anything like spectacular about Pox's play, but I can't think of anything particularly bad about Pox's play.
No, and even when you look at Pox's, mission stats, they're so even. Pox just has a really even spread of missions. They seem like they generally like to go for inspects. The most common game plan for Pox seems to be, ooh, there's a bug. Never mind what I was
Most
saying.
common game plan is take what's given to you. In this case, it's a bug.
Yeah, and I think Pox is most likely going to go for inspects at some point, is what I was saying. Pox's general game plan as spy seems to be get the seduce, get the contact, go for the inspect, and then sneak one hard tell by. Whereas with Ascendbeyond, likes to do the inspects a little bit less and prefers to sneak more hard tells by. Maybe go for a game that's inspectless.
Yeah, we've finished our flirt. We got that nice bug. We're actually running a bit low on time. This does not have a print, and
Ooh,
we get the highlight as we walk away. Nope.
did we break the reading animation to walk
We
away with that book?
It looked like we did, but I think we actually got the highlight because he was trying to mark the book as we moved. More worried about marking the book necessarily than catching the animation. We've had a couple of no talks. This situation, we just walk away from the conversation to avoid the no talk. That laser's on us. Please go away. We're trying to microfilm here, buddy. Nope.
That was interesting laser movement. The laser was on us for a second. I thought we're going to get shot. Then it went away and we didn't. And then it came back. And that's probably exactly what was going through Pox's mind as
It's good
well. I think,
discipline. The character with the book can't purloin, so like the one thing that you want to do when you're like pretty sure that someone's microfilmed is go make sure like the list isn't gone or anything, and then you can come back and shoot.
yeah, I think it was just a little too soon to return that book. It was, only about 30 seconds after we removed it.
We
So,
were low on time though.
yeah.
We need to open our hands up so we could do things like the inspect or swap or whatever the game plan was going to be. Uh, quick sniper, and I feel like this is going to be a lot of sniper wins. These guys are both lethal, and it's
Mhm.
going to be come down to one mistake or one moment of inspiration from the spies. We got Duke stuffed in a corner here, and Ascend Beyond on Spy in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Great. Yeah, I think you're right. And I think on library, what that means is that we're probably going to be seeing bugs. And I don't know if those are going to be caught. I think both of these players know how to sneak in the bug off screen. And it's just going to be a question of can one of these players get away with a purloin or a microfilm without being
This
caught
is the
or
way to
do a
do it.
swap finish.
The book did get marked, which is quite impressive, honestly, because we didn't hold it at the bookcase for very long. This is the most suspicious thing that you can do on library is the read the book at the back window.
Excuse me, you can also read the book at the left back bust pad or the right back bust pad. They're all suspicious.
Yeah, those are marginally, I think. You know what's also suspicious? Grabbing the first briefcase.
I
We
think it's
aren't
just sort
highlight
of a
yet,
lot of activity.
though I have a feeling compared to like the Tapsies War set, this is going to be more highlights get rewarded to statue visitors than necessarily overly suspicious people. I have a feeling if they're overly suspicious of us, we're just going to get shot.
Anyway, the briefcase worked out well. We still have this book. It might be time to put it back soon, but you might as well get your flirt. That's a position close enough to Disney for sure.
Yeah, this is the take a prom photo position. They are both in the conversation. It's not like AI do get seen doing this, but doing it behind the pillar and then both of you talking, it doesn't look good.
I just think if Duke is being watched, we look so spy-like, even though we haven't done anything with the book yet, to like rip a book out, read it at the back window, do a briefcase, enter right in front of someone. If you're facing a sniper who sort of builds a narrative, then you're just giving them tons of ammunition against you.
We'll see how long he actually waits before putting the book in. It's meant to be good 2 or 3 cycles. Seems like Ascendbeyond's trying to be respectful.
Well, the fact that Ascendbeyond got away with that indicates to me that he's actually not that much of a suspect. So now he is in a good position to get the spy win here. but these snipers are scary, and Pox is scary, and even without seeing one of the missions, it's entirely possible that Pox can catch up and take the correct shot. Especially if that first fingerprint was tracked. When we get the second one, that could shoot us up on the suspect list.
Yeah, looking at the lowlights, there just hasn't been any AI lowlit. The banana bread hasn't come off, and that's really when we talk about like campers and whatnot. There's some people who, unless they just have a hard reason to lowlight, they're not going to take it. Another good bug, by the way, and it's going to be really hard to shoot because we've done 2 silent missions. We're not necessarily going to need to do anything that is like a hard tell that has a tracking sense, like swap or purloin, as long as we have good time control.
Yeah, at this point, I think Ascendbeyond's only way to lose is if the second fingerprint gets noticed and looks spy-like in some way to Pox, because
There's
other
one
than that,
available, it's going to be the yellow bookcase. There is also a briefcase if Ambassador wants to drop it.
great. I don't think this looks like a super spy-like fingerprint to get. And now Ascendbeyond has the choice. Do you want to go inspectless or contactless? In my opinion, I would say going for the inspects might be better here, because if the sniper is feeling lost, they're just going to be waiting for the banana bread right now to shoot. They think
It's
it's
hard to
coming.
shoot on a banana bread in general unless you already have a reason to shoot someone. This conversation has like 5 highlights too. If we get ourselves in there,
Can we? I was a little bit worried we would get stuck outside. No, I think you're right. I think a banana bread is good here. We're not a suspect. There's very little
given the
reason.
knowledge that we have, if Ascend thinks they're suspicious,
Never
what?
mind.
I was wrong.
Okay, I think his
Ignore
highlights
everything
might
that was
his
just said.
highlights might just be for inspects, and we might have actually just been a much higher suspect than we thought because that was not even like it wasn't like a thought about it. It was like this is gonna be banana bread, shot. Like there wasn't any
Yeah.
processing time.
Bronze snipers are scary. Look at that. I don't think we saw the bug. We couldn't have been that certain about the microfilm, or we would have taken the shot early. And yet, somehow, Pox was on top of it enough. Must have been for that fingerprint count. But wow.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome to the tournament of placement. Ascend Hope you enjoy your stay. You got this match and 3 more matches just like this against people who are gonna shoot you for banana bread without a highlight. Ew. Pox, Twin, 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We are seeing so much Twin on Library. And this isn't even
I
Dazzy versus
I've said out
Yeesh.
loud that I think Twin is one of the best, if not the best characters on Library. And there's a couple reasons. He's fast. If you're gonna do any of the cheeky things, he's pretty skinny. And obviously the twin benefit. It's a lot harder to track which twin is which on library because you can go off screen and stand next to the other twin. Um, Microfilm unseen, green tests are good. Who knew?
Yeah, it could also be one of the better maps for twin confusion, because at least on the other maps, whichever twin you're watching, you can track them perfectly. But on this map, if you're not highlighting to separate them, it can be sort of harder to remember the exact paths each one is taking.
Yeah, and the other twin's eating a highlight too on that topic. Ambassador, you meant to put that book back so we have a fingerprint in the future. We might just be timer flirting here. Banana bread could have been lined up, but double agent left us. Purloin potentially. We got options. Pox is just going to continue playing a relatively conservative game, and don't think it's a terrible idea. Sends lethal.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the game plan is here. Toby and the Ambassador moving around a lot. We really want to go for the microfilm when they are on the other side of the venue, but it's just not really happening. There's no good opening right now.
Yeah, this purloin's not good. There's no reject chain.
Yeah,
Wait,
we're not taking it. We're
having
just gonna
none of
go
it.
to this bookshelf. The Amba's on the move. Amba and Toby are both kind of on the other
This has a
side.
fingerprint, I believe. What? Hmm. Oh, who's the ambassador? Hold up.
The Ambassador looks like Salmon.
Okay,
I know
I thought it
Rocker
was
has
tapped.
purple
I
in
thought
her
it was
hair.
tapped for
That's
a
not
while
the
there.
arrow. Also, I'm colorblind, so if she doesn't have purple in her hair,
Do you
ignore
play with the colorblind action test?
me. No. I'm good with the
Huh.
action test. Well, white
I
on green is pretty. Ooh,
This
there's the
is
microfilm in
the
the
second most suspicious thing in
second
library.
most. Oh, so you think the one on the far right is the third most suspicious?
I think they're pretty equal, honestly.
I've never ranked them, but looks like we got away with it. Now we're returning this book back to green, and that should be a completion of microfilm. It's
2
hard to
minutes
say how
left.
suspicious we are because even if the sniper wasn't watching you at that back left corner, they might still remember that you were there, and we do get a highlight for it. Both
Rude.
twins highlight now. Bring the other one down or you're gonna get confused.
He's fine. We're on the other side of the party. This highlight, I mean, we've been to both bookcases. It's just like, really? This is the highlight you're gonna give me? I'm gonna lose this game based on going to both bookcases, despite the fact that I completely bamboozled you with the microfilms.
Well, that's sort of why a lot of players consider microfilm to be one of the weakest missions. Even if you do it properly, even if they don't see you do both of the animations, you still have to spend a lot of time on it. There's only a minute left, and you can still be credited for 2 shells. There's a
That
banana
split was
split.
so quick. You have to be like so confident that you're hitting the green test to be able to split like actual frames after. We're not copying the low light, and we did red test this first inspect. We might have trouble doing 2 inspects. We hit a couple greens, we're fine. The laser's making it so we might not be fine. Go away, please.
Look, I think we did a really good job getting away with the banana split into the inspects. If it was our final mission, it would have been fantastic, but it's not, and now we're a major suspect, and it's going to be really hard to get one more done. But there's the spot for the bug. We tried to take it, but the Amba didn't get close enough. We are purloining right now, but it's right on screen, but the sniper looks away. There's the fade, there's the shot.
Okay, making it stressful here. I think if the bug had gone through, we might have had a much better chance. Interesting question is, does a green purloin win us the game there? And I'm not even sure that's enough.
And now we have Ascendbeyond as spy again. After that last game, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Pox handles this. That was a seemingly very dominant sniper game, and Ascendbeyond might be feeling a little bit worried at this point. We're not in Obsidian anymore.
Yeah, this is not Kansas. We have snipers who shoot you. It's not nice. And we got Irish in 3, 2, 1, playing it. We're gonna head towards our seduction target, but they might move. Yeah, let's go hang out with a SDA. That's really good luck, honestly, but I don't think Pox is gonna particularly reward us. Oh, I know what we're doing. We're purloining. We're
Ah,
red test
yes.
purloining. Classic.
It's not really being watched for. You know, for a second, it looked like the list was still there from the sniper view as Toby was walking away, and that's sort of one of the only ways a red test is good. The list fades in and out, and if the sniper just looks at it for a moment when it's in,
Never
whatever.
mind. Never mind.
Whatever.
Yeah. Or red tests are bad, and you gulped in their face, and they shot you.
It could have been for the gulp. I mean, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
for a moment when the sniper looked at that tray, I don't know if you want to go back and look at this, but for just
I'm
a
not
moment.
gonna defend red tests.
Yep. All right. So
Look
what?
at it. Look at it though. At exactly 4
Yeah.
minutes and 8 seconds, Toby walks out from behind the pillar, and if you glanced at it at just that moment, you would see the list. And a lot of snipers just glance and then look away. So
I'm one of them, but it's still not defensible. And if he lost to a red test purloin, shame on him.
I'm not
However,
defending it. I'm just saying there's some. It's an interesting
All right.
situation.
So one of these games, we're gonna say something about Ascendbeyond's play, and he's not gonna get instantly shot afterwards.
yeah. How about we just don't talk about Ascendbeyond so we can give him a chance?
Yep.
Let's talk about Pox. He's playing Spy. We're on General, and we're playing some High Rise, which we can talk about as a pick in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Well, this was Pox's pick, presumably, and just worth noting, we have the standard missions set up. The hardtails are off.
Reward us for AI control pathing, because that pathing was really silly, and only an AI would ever do it. We're not gonna. These guys don't know what lowlights are.
Well, why is Irish highlight? That's my question.
She's a spy.
Yeah, let's hope she gets shot. But meanwhile, we're not getting much done. There is a spot next to the seduction target, but the ambassador takes it. We're taking an innocent drink, so we're really embracing the idea of lowering our suspicion level. We can't get in next to the seduction target, so I guess we're just gonna waste some time over at windows.
Yeah,
Oh,
so we wanted
there
the
was a print.
fingerprint, by the way.
Nice.
So Queen has the hard fingerprint, or sorry, Irish has the hard fingerprint, which is why she got highlight. And then we have the difficult, and we don't get it, but we didn't eat the highlight, which is good.
That's good, and you're probably not going to be credited for a drink print, so you didn't lose out on much. I am starting to worry about this flirt, though. Sari is over at the bookshelf. We really need her to get in a conversation so we can get the first flirt. You do have a lot of time on High Rise, but you still kind of want to get it started by the 2-minute mark at least.
Yeah, maybe we should red test Purloin. Oh wait, Purloin's not on in red test. Purloin is bad.
We might want to start going for some sort of frame game here. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the flirt. The contact wasn't really lining up. Now it's starting to look a little bit better. Sari can get in. Irish is... No, she's not getting in. Sari isn't getting in either. The contact is just not lining up for us. Neither
We're
is
getting
the
to a
flirt.
point where we gotta start considering, if we do a banana bread, can we get someone shot? Like, just commit to the frame game? Irish might be helping us here. She is doing a, looks like middle statue.
Okay, that's really good for us. The only thing is, if Irish has the print and statues, you know, she's going to try to complete with seduce instead of flirt. That was not a bug, but it was a bug path. I don't know how I feel about that.
I
Oh
mean,
no,
Fox
no,
was
that
returning
flirt
the
was not going to
briefcase.
work.
I mean, you gotta
If
do a
someone
bug path to return the briefcase.
Mm.
And we're adding
retest
time
time at
on high rise. That's not something you see often. The windows are so easy to see for the sniper, but Ascendbeyond was zoomed in, not looking for it. We're trying for the flirt again. Sari's gonna leave. Are we gonna get it? Green
wow.
test, and it takes just in time. Pox is maybe starting to bring this back after an incredibly, incredibly slow start.
Yeah, actual frames there. And now our flirt's expired. If we hit another green and we pull a fingerprint out of thin air, and we banana bread. Welcome to late game rush high rise where we haven't done anything and we can still finish.
I mean, we did
Uh,
lower our suspicion level a lot in that first half, theoretically, but it really just depends on who else is suspicious. And the answer seems to just be Irish and Queen. Queen got those statues at the beginning. She's moving around a lot.
I think
Irish,
she didn't take the banana bread. It would have been a bit better than Pox has necessarily implied because the SDA was in the other conversation. Might have gotten Irish shot. Uh, we do not want the section target to come into this conversation because it means that we're not going to be able to finish with a big green flirt. Now, if we're going to finish, it needs to be walk away and come back, and we also have to find out 2 more missions somewhere in between.
yeah, even with the time ad, we're really struggling to make progress here. And I don't know if a frame is going to work. It would have to be on Irish or Queen, but Queen hasn't finished her inspects.
We did get the
Irish.
bug.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Ascend didn't catch it, and oh,
was
this
that as the ambassador was leaving?
this
Ooh,
doesn't
fake.
do anything. Red dress isn't going to be a shot, right?
No, definitely not.
We're doing a time ad, but there's not enough time.
No, it. Oh wow, we hit a green, but it just
Yeah.
barely didn't take.
Yeah, you need to
That
do
was
it. I think 3 seconds is kind of the cutoff.
that was a very noble effort from Pox in a lot of ways, but the party just was not helping him.
Well, we have
Yeah.
a spy win.
Wow, I'm looking at that bug. We
I
got
mean,
it
no, I
right
mean,
before the
No, we
ambassador
don't.
left.
I mean, we have
No, we
another sniper
don't.
win. I'm sorry. We have an almost spy win, I guess I would say.
Yeah, I think there was a good
I guess a
opportunity.
non-shot. A non-shot.
It's a non-shot. That's an interesting way for a sniper to still win the game.
I mean, the spy
The
didn't win, but they didn't die.
Yeah.
Great.
You just go to the agency and they're like, yeah, you're fired.
Just a fire. Yep.
The issue there was the double agents. The banana bread only had one person who could have been real, and it was red dress who had no interest in getting shot.
Yeah.
Now we move on to orange dress. Sorry, here back in the kitchen. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And I think the other issue was that there was never a good time to get the real contact. Whenever we were sort of able to, there were always just a handful of people outside of conversation, and it looked like Pox was always waiting for them to get in, and it just didn't line up. And sometimes on high rise, it's a little bit like gallery. You have to take the contact when you can get it, even if it's not ideal.
We get the 33% flirt here after a bit of a heat-seeking path to our seduction target. Nobody doing the really early inspects. This is the sort of game where you're going, I guess I'm already looking more and more towards finishing and less towards framing. Same missions, by the way. Bug's still on. That sort of path from Salmon Danger is not healthy, buddy. Don't do it.
Yeah, and so we have the same situation here. We are with the double agent, but we're going to want a few more people to enter conversation before we can contact. Meanwhile, the seduction target is just off doing things. We can't really chase them right now. Hopefully, the ambassador stays here long enough to take a drink, but if he does, we're not going to be ready for it because we took an innocent drink.
Weird time to move, honestly. I would have waited till the suction target does something, just to see if they come back to conversation, because you're not gonna meet them out there.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree. And the seduction target still isn't standing still. We're not going to get to him in time here either. Nope, this is like a revolving door. Ascendbeyond, don't shake your camera. You knew he was going to leave before you got there. You're slow.
yeah, so there's a lot of reasons why orange dress. Sorry about that. Orange dress is quite good in this sort of situations. Is particularly both her bugs are better than average. Uh, High rise isn't a venue that you particularly expect to be punished for being slow. But we're seeing it now. This chasing, we're our Prince Charming is just faster than us. Is there a fingerprint here?
I certainly hope so, because if not, it'll be a minute and a half left without any major progress. We do get the fingerprint here. Still, we're going to need to put the book away quickly, go in for another flirt. Luckily, the double agent was with the
Bug,
seduction target, no
bug,
longer is. Bug,
bug.
bug, bug. There it is.
Dead, dead, dead. No, just highlight, highlight, highlight. The reason we don't need to shoot is we don't have two prints, and it's high rise. You might actually be quite confident on that. And no banana bread said, or we might just die on banana bread, honestly.
I think that's the most likely. I think the best way to win would be to get a difficult print that the sniper isn't aware of and then finish the flirt while they're waiting for banana bread. But with less than a minute left, that's not going to be easy.
There was a difficult print, I believe, on the green bookcase. Looks like Ambassador also just took a drink. We do have options. I agree with you, though. I don't think the regular fingerprint is a healthy choice. Um, Double agent taking here. I think you gulp and you request. We're not doing it. I think we're waiting on the double agent. It's not gonna pay off. He's not even coming into conversation.
Is there still a
Uh,
print at green? No way. Ascendbeyond is trying for it anyway, but won't even be able to pick up the book before the timer goes down.
yeah, we run into orange dress problems. We get the nasty bug, uh, because orange dresses bugs are still good, but we just get punished by AI, which seems fair. It's a bit of karma for having a good AI in the last game for your sniper side. And then just, I feel like he could have made some more opportunities there. There were things that had fingerprints on them. The drink, I believe, is the one that he truly missed. Okay, and we got pearls, which is the same idea. Good bugs, but slow. For Pox's spy side here in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And both of these players have just struggled to make progress so far. That's 2 timeouts that we've seen. Different circumstances. The first one was just a total timeout. The second one was you got the bug, but you couldn't finish without suspicion, so you timed out.
Other than like maybe balcony, high rise is the map that timeouts are the most justified. It's just a bit sad when you don't finish flirt because there's 3.5 minutes in situations like this where you just can timer flirt. People end up finishing flirt a lot. Unlike, I think it's that really the small decisions to like go chase the window when you can just wait for your second target and meet them at the painting that really let Ascendbeyond down and
Yeah.
hopefully
I think this is a
Pox.
much better party for Pox so far. When it comes to flirting, we've gotten it really
Banana Bread's
easily, and
absurd, by the way.
everyone is in conversation, so there's no obvious flirt pairing here. The ambassador left a print for us. We're getting a pretty good banana bread.
We get the highlight for the talk, and it does look like a white banana bread, and we're also ignoring Toby, please. Um, and the reason why is we started talking, people then left, and then the banana bread went off. If we had just done a green banana bread, we would have done it 5-10 seconds earlier when everybody was in conversation. It doesn't actually make much sense for us to be doing a green banana bread as people have already left.
Yeah, that's the exact situation that comes up on balcony. I guess I
It's
never
a
realized how many
it's about
parallels there are.
it's what I consider the Wardar shot. Though the Wardar shot is actually a pure voodoo mystery.
Either way, the flirt's up to 85%. We had a few opportunities to do a reverse drive-by bug of the ambassador, which we didn't take. But since we were already highlighted for talking during the BB, and then we talked again to flirt just a couple seconds later, it's
I
not
don't
looking great for Pox.
I don't like the drink take here. Our flirt timer is expired. You're gonna take the flirt, and really this is gonna come down to do they see the bug or are they willing to shoot you for the middle statue? And I think taking the drink makes both of those plans harder. We're not doing fingerprints, presumably though. Ambassador does give us an option if we want to try and do double
No
prints.
talking, by the way.
Ooh.
Eh, no low lights from it. I think if you noticed it, you'd low light Papa Danger at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I think center inspects gets a shot. I think it's too late for fingerprints. I think we just have to hope we can get the bug. Alice leaving isn't good because it removes some of the cover. The ambassador will probably walk by us as he leaves. Do we go for the bug? We don't take it. Could have maybe worked actually, but ooh, there it is. Wow, that bug was not as good as any of the reverse drive-by opportunities.
Reverse drive-bys and high rise, I think Cassandra's gonna be on anyways, but that bug didn't stick, by the way. That actually failed.
Oh, was it a walking bug?
Yeah, it was considered a walking bug.
Hmm.
I think because that's the sneaky way to remove the lean. You don't get a lean doing that, but unfortunately you get the walking bug distance and not the standing bug distance.
I think
Yeah.
it was a tough spot for Pox either way from the white BB highlight
Yep.
with a lot of talking for flirt.
This is why, yeah, double 3 or 5 maps can be pretty slog. We got 4 minutes of gameplay, and it's just one small thing throws off your entire game. It's not like Modern where you can just make mistakes all day. It's like, yeah, I don't get seen, it's fine. We got Mom here out on the windows. Don't do it. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And so it has continued to be sniper party, not a single spy win so far. And Ascendbeyond with a very interesting strategy of doing center statues. Did we get that inspect before Seek picked his statue up?
No,
No,
it
because we
went for the
inspected the
one.
wrong statue.
You're fine. You're already been credited. Just go to another statue. Doing it immediately is a choice. I'm not sure if it's a good choice or a bad choice, but Ascendbeyond's committed to it. Hello, Ambassador.
I think it's fine. I think, like you were saying, you're already credited for 3 inspects, so does it really make a huge difference if you do it in 2 visits or 1? At that point, it just sort of becomes Yomi mind play. Would the spy really do 2 visits? But
Yeah, we're gonna go with the frame ourselves plan here. If we do a big green flirt and then are in the conversation for the banana bread, you're really just daring the sniper going, I look like a AI who's just trying to mess with you. Are you really going to shoot me? 34% flirt, that's not what we ordered.
No, and we're not even in the conversation with the double agent. If anything, if we could do a fake now, it could lower our suspicion level, but I don't really know how to get away with a win after center statues.
Seduction target coming back is really nice. JK, red test. That's one of the worst red tests. It's like it's not gonna get a shot like the red test Paraline and whatnot, but it really just immediate percentage drop on how likely you are to win this game.
Banana bread.
It just kills your momentum. There's the fake banana bread. I think this could be a really good choice. I mean, think of it this way. From Ascendbeyond's perspective, he doesn't know if there's an SDA with him or not, and so you would think that he wouldn't go for a fake there. It's just not what you expect from, Teal, who's been to center statues. So I think it could really work out. That was a bug opportunity, not
This is a bug
taken.
opportunity, but it's not the angle that you really want. We're just kind of relying on Toby's cover if we take this bug. We reject the drink, and I think we might just be on the timer flirt into banana bread plan.
Yeah, I think that's what
JK,
you do.
we're just into the banana bread into see a seduction target plan.
I think we wait for the seduction target to do something. I think we could go for him right now. A briefcase is really interesting. That's sort of making you look AI-like, because if you've already completed your inspects, what are you going to do? You're going to get one fingerprint and then just never get another one for the rest of the game, and the sniper might just have no clue what you're doing. So I think the game plan is get the flirt. We're getting it right now, nice and easy, and then just do another banana bread as late as possible. Ooh.
Yeah, so that path onto that pad was not the prettiest. And while he's not willing to shoot for the flirt, he is willing to wave his eyebrows suggestively saying that he wants to shoot for the flirt.
Unfortunately, the double agent's not going to enter again, so we are going to need another fingerprint. I could have been wrong. It might be good to have gotten that first one just so we set up the option. We basically need to just wait here for the ambassador to leave. Oh, instead it's a bug. That was for sure seen. That wasn't going to work.
Yeah, the other option there was like go stand right next to the ambassador and try and do the briefcase, but it would have been actual last seconds and a really obvious overtime shot. Both are pretty low percentage, given that he's already been safetying us off. So I don't really hate the choice. And of course, Ascendbeyond doesn't necessarily know that he's by far the top suspect necessarily.
Hey, it's actually Courtyard.
Are spies ever gonna win a game, by the way?
Obviously, if they're gonna win anywhere, it's gonna be on Courtyard.
Yeah, I mean Courtyard's spy bias, but the sniper party, if it just goes to 8-8, it does result in Pox winning. As a reminder, he is the higher seed coming from bronze. And we got more general, because general party in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, and the thing with strong snipers is it sort of has a double effect, because not only does it mean the sniper is strong and they're going to
Red
catch
flirt
the
to
things
start
the
off
spy
the
does.
match,
Ooh.
by the way.
I was saying it also means that the spies are going to be scared of the sniper, and so the spies are going to maybe be a bit more tentative with completing missions. So not only is it that if the spy completes missions they might get shot, they might also just not complete missions. And so I wouldn't really be surprised if we just kept seeing a lot of the same trend, because these are both very scary snipers.
Yeah, I will argue that Courtyard gives you a lot of opportunities to get spy wins. I don't think either of these players have shown like the creativity on Courtyard to really take control of the game. It's going to be relying on the sniper to make a mistake, and that's why Courtyard has that like sniper bias feel. Things like time ads or frame swaps are going to be something that these guys are going to have to actively think about. It's not just their MO.
Yeah,
Compared
Courtyard
to, like,
just
the
really favors
patches.
the bold. Like, if you're just gonna play a standard slow game, get your flirt, your contact, go for inspects, and then try to do a hardtail in the last minute, it's not gonna work. And so, if that's not gonna work, you might as well try something else. even if it's a risk, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. I really like to see bold plays, and I'm hoping that these players go for that or take a bug. There's
The
an
other
opportunity
option is
coming up.
Banana Bread to cover the bug. I think he was trying to do a BB
There it
green
is.
to cover the reverse drive-by, but the white covering the bug here could be game-winning. We're not highlight, we're clearly not shot, and we have a straightforward game plan. It's going to be flirt, seduction target, contact the double agent with the banana bread, and inspect those statues.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly how you get a win past Ascendbeyond's sniper. Ascendbeyond really doesn't like to take shots unless they're confident about it. So if you sneak the hardtail by, he's not necessarily going to shoot you just for doing the inspects later.
That's the logic I use when I play like KCM or Canadian Bacon. Uh, it's a
Banana bread.
hey,
Ooh,
double agent, rude. Come back here. Take your medicine.
okay. I don't think there were really any more lowlights available, so Pox is still in an okay position. Just get these inspects, enter with the double agent, and contact again. Hopefully it works. I don't think, like I said, that Ascend is really the type to shoot for that. If he hasn't caught the hardtail, he's not necessarily going to shoot for, an
It'll be
obvious
a
entrance into
third banana
contact.
bread though.
But
So we did the fake to cover the bug. That one, the double agent, I think one cycled her animations, and now this is a third banana bread. If we white it, we could die.
Banana bread.
Oh, we just look so spy-like for walking in and doing it too.
but there's no shot coming off, and in
There's gonna
fact,
be
it
a
can look like a
moment of
desperate
overtime.
spy. It looks like a spy who's desperate, who hasn't completed missions, and says, you know what, I'm just going to do one more banana bread and just hope it induces a shot. And like I said, if Ascendbeyond doesn't see the bug, he's not going to take a shot, even for a late statue visit into an entrance and contact immediately.
And
Yeah.
as predicted, Courtyard is where the spy one happened.
I mean, it's one bug and you win. It's not like actual sniper bias maps like Library, where you get the bug and then you go, oh, I still have to do 4 more missions in a hardtail. Please don't shoot me. Okay, red dress? Red
Yeah.
dress. In 3, 2, 1, playing it. That win's obviously huge, and it's huge for 2 reasons. One, it's a win on Spy, and that's been incredibly rare. Actually, it's the only one we've had. The other problem is it's Pox who got the win, and Pox wins the tiebreaks. So if they just continue trading off sniper wins, it's just going to be closer and closer to Pox winning. He kind of has like an extra game in the bag. You could read it as 6-4, and he only needs 2 more compared to Ascendbeyond's 4 or 5 even.
Yeah,
Or
that
three
spy win
more to his 5.
could be what really decides the set. I wouldn't be surprised to just continue seeing sniper wins for the rest of it. And that's exactly what we saw. I mean, we saw that in another bronze player match. I think it was Rio versus Unu, which was 11 sniper wins, 1 spy win. So when you have good snipers like this, it can really all just come down to that one spy game.
Yeah, it's a world that I try and avoid as a spy, and try and test my snipers. And obviously, if you're doing real wonky things, like we saw the microfilms on Library, sometimes you just get shot, like Woodar got shot by Tapsies. But we haven't seen that sort of playmaking from either of these players. They're really just hoping that the other player makes a mistake. And
We were set up for the briefcase there, but we didn't go for it. I think it might have even been an obligated pickup because we left when it was right next to us and the ambo was already away. But Ascendbeyond may be a little bit worried about getting another fingerprint so soon after the first one.
yeah, I think while obligated briefcases are a thing, it's not something that you want to
Banana
warp
bread.
your whole game around and just get highlight for doing a really obvious fingerprint. Double briefcase, I hate it.
Contact came off. It doesn't look like there are very, very many lowlights available at all. These conversations are incredibly, incredibly full. That's not good
Ascendbeyond
for
has
Fox.
not hit very many greens. He's been white banana breading a lot. His flirting has been a bit slower than I assume he'd want. This white purloin's not helpful.
Looks like it's right on screen. And yep, there's a shot.
Wasn't a red at least.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes a red can be
That's
better,
what-
I heard.
yeah, I've heard
because-
that. I've heard that from some really pro players. So must be true.
Yeah, I think I heard it from someone who's in this tournament even.
A
Though I
red
think
purloin
they
is
only I think they only got in administratively.
Yep.
Can't
is
be
really
that
only
good.
the second most suspicious purloin you can do behind white. So, or no, I
my
don't even.
my advice here for Ascendbeyond, if we did like in-game coaching, would be stop doing things that are gonna get you shot for doing action tests. Lean
Mhm.
back onto bug, lean onto prints, maybe like white swap frames because we're moving on to tan, or purloin behind the shoji so you don't get shot for the fade. Because he's just not hitting enough greens to win, just on the back of a chain of greens.
Well,
We are in
speaking
a
of shojis,
Speaking of shojis and speaking of being right next to the ambassador, we got Queen, Pox, and trying to take another spy win and really cement his lead in this game in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Does not take control, and I think that the drink in hand makes it a lot harder, but that was a real opportunity. I think a chaos play is exactly the sort of thing that these guys need to be considering.
but we're
Instead, we're just
still
going with
AI
very slow
controlled.
AI control.
Well, the AI gave us a book. Does Pox want it? I mean, there's no cover on these shelves. The shoji aren't blocking it, so you don't really want to microfilm. Here's what looks like a maybe obligated briefcase, maybe not, I'm not sure, but we were in a great position to get it, and that's a nice early fingerprint. It's hard to even see that we really did the briefcase because we were all the way at the back there. You can see it if you're looking for it, but if not, it could be a print that gets by the sniper, which would be really good. And that might be what Pox is counting on because Pox is making himself a big suspect with the center statue highlight here.
Yeah, the early statue on Taeyen is, I think, a bit more uh, palpable than other venues, just because it's something that actually happens quite a bit, and like Wheels, for example, is just finishing his inspects too.
And
We're
so we're
not.
entering right next to the ambassador. We were a little bit too forward from them. It would have been really obvious if we did a bug, so we're not taking it. But we are in a really good position to get the briefcase. Never mind. Taft gets it. A lot of statue highlights showing up. I think Oprah Hare is also doing center statues. And so that's good.
That
Hitting.
bug that just happened, hard to see, but the path straight through the conversation afterwards makes it a very much a
Banana
bug
bread.
path. We could get shot for this banana bread, honestly.
Oh, and we are. I don't know if the bug was for sure seen or not, but it must have been because otherwise it's just a shot for center inspects and banana bread, which, you know, you do on Taehan sometimes.
Oops, I skipped a game. Give me a moment here.
Sure.
Okay, back to Sniper Party. With that shot, it's going to be on Ascend. He really needs to break serve on Spy at least once, probably twice, honestly. Just because of the way the tiebreakers work. It's General Party in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Well, General also has really good bugs, so I'm sure that's what Ascendbeyond is planning on doing here.
I think Urin's watching this. Urin, don't pick General. I'm just going to highlight him at the beginning of every game. It's getting ridiculous how much he's being played. Just across every game that we've been casting.
It's true, I do feel like I've seen a lot of General recently. And so we're entering here for a flirt. This conversation circle is pretty small, so even though we're far away in terms of along the edge of the circle, we still get a 32% flirt, which is really nice. Well,
Yeah,
32, that's not really nice, but it's nice considering that we're not even next to the seduction target at all.
I think Ascend going for microfilm here is the sort of play I appreciate. Because it's not the standard play on Taeyan, because you have a lot of options on Taeyan. And I think he needs to mix it up. I think this is a fine mix-up. It is going to be time intensive though.
I think it was a good play. I'm not certain why we're going to this other window pad with the book, but I just don't think we were being watched for that first microfilm. I think if someone is already a suspect in any way and they go to that back corner with a book, you watch them, but if they haven't made themselves a suspect, the sniper's just not watching, and Pox, I mean, was just zoomed in, not even looking at it at all.
So we have a couple options. So Ambassador just pulled out a book. So if we go grab a green book quickly to try and finish off the microfilm. Nope, JK. Ambassador's gonna go slam that book in, so now anytime that we want, we can get the microfilm and a fingerprint. It does give us a speculative mission completion in a set that we just haven't actually had much done yet.
Oy, Rocker did center statues, and then she stumbled her way around conversation.
Oh, that
It's
was
AI
rough.
like she took stops because the conversation was full, but she looked horrible.
Yeah, the shot there with middle statues, I think there might have also been like that path was really bad because she was trying to bug sort of idea. It might be a bit jumpy here from Pox, and he hasn't been the rest of the set, but that does give Ascendbeyond some life in his otherwise sniper party.
Yeah, we're back. We're back to a draw.
God, I mean, I was just calling out Rocker's behavior because I thought she could maybe be a shot down the line, and then it just happened immediately.
Okay, so Pox needs 2 wins, Ascendbeyond needs 3 wins. To note, Pox can get 2 wins if he just wins both sniper games. So Ascendbeyond still needs another spy game at some point. It won't be this one though, but it's Pox on spy in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
This is a
Seek.
venue where things could go either way. Ballroom
Okay.
has a very even split in terms of spy and sniper win rate, and both of these players really need a spy win right now, and this is the place to get it. This is Ascendbeyond's favorite venue, I believe. It's Ballroom and Library, so Ascendbeyond could really bring it back here the way Thabsies was able to get the 2-0 on Library, which was their favorite map.
Yeah. Seek, interesting choice. It gives us things like swap in the end game on the back statues. Ballroom, you generally don't get full body blocks though. More fingerprintable statues. The guys haven't been leaning on fingerprint as much in the last few games, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that statue picked up in the future. Bug.
Ooh, nice.
See bug, take bug. This is the sort of bug that we saw and got our win on Courtyard, and now we have it on Ballroom. We
Yeah,
can
just
do a
looking at our
similar
position,
finish.
I think the arm was probably blocked by the pillar there. It doesn't really look like Ascendbeyond saw it at all. And I think we might just see the same thing we saw on Courtyard. Like I was saying, if Ascendbeyond doesn't see your hardtail, they're not going to be confident enough to take a shot.
Ambassador doesn't take. It just gives us more reason to be doing inspects in the future over the over the fingerprints. Weird path. But we just want middle statue. That's all we want. We're not the spy. We just like doing spy things.
Yeah, I think the fingerprint was on the one to our right, so it's not on this one. We're
Yeah,
picking up the
the head.
highlight,
There is the fingerprint.
and
Okay.
we're just going to see. I mean, like I was saying, I don't think Ascendbeyond will shoot for center statues, seduce, and contact if he hasn't seen the bug. It's what we saw in Courtyard, and I expect to see it here, but I could be proven wrong.
We can take this drink. It's not even a sick innocent. It's just an innocent because our 2 planned missions are flirt and contact.
Well, it's a
And you
Seek
don't.
innocent.
Yeah, seek innocent. Yeah, you don't need your hands to do these talking unless you're Italian, and I've never heard of an Italian Sikh.
Is Boots
Double
Italian?
Boots is probably the most likely Italian, right? Either her or Pearls, but Pearls is like quite pale. Could
The
be
drink
like
had a fingerprint on it.
what?
That's good.
Fox. Yeah, that's a way to get shot though, unless you are really trying to commit. Ambassador's being offered another drink, by the way. He must have downed that very quickly.
Yeah, I
Didn't
mean,
take it though.
I think you're right. Fingerprints could be a way to get shot. We can win with the contact here. Going
It's dependent
contactless
on
would mean getting a
Wheels.
second fingerprint.
Wheels looks like he's coming to a conversation. Which conversation is it going to be? We're going to
Uh,
follow. We take a bug path. I don't love it.
oh no.
Can we
This is
green?
the only
We
way this
don't. If we
could have
don't
gone
green,
wrong
this
for
is.
Cox.
It's going to be
And the end of red.
0.5 seconds of overtime.
Can Ascendbeyond make up for it? This is the exact courtyard situation where Pox did a late BB and didn't get shot, and this time it looked like Ascendbeyond almost wanted to take the shot, almost learned the lesson, but just either wasn't able to feel like he could hit Seek there, or just wasn't confident enough about it.
Yeah, he even walks through conversation, which, if you're looking for a reason to shoot someone, it's like, oh, they're dancing. Or, oh, they're just trying to move away as far away from me as possible. Because they are scared for their lives, and they should be. That laser... Ugh, Pox has gotta... His heart's gotta be pumping at
I'm
this
gonna
point.
quickly take a look at that bug from the sniper's view just to see how visible it was. It's a little visible, definitely. I mean, the arm is slightly behind the pillar, but
Oh,
you can
chat, by the way.
you can definitely see
Yeah,
it
while
if you're
you're...
looking at it.
Chat pointing out, Disney's by far the most likely Italian.
I mean, small
He's
man.
either that or he's
Small
either
man,
that or French.
obviously. I would assume. I mean, the small
Oh, yeah,
man's name
he's-
is Dom.
He's got the Sicilian
Yeah, I
Godfather
would.
look,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
All right.
I think maybe Disney's French. I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
We got Wheels, who's in a wheelchair.
is the
That's his
real Walt
nationality.
Disney Italian?
Don't know.
I don't know. That replay's done. We're on ballroom, and we
Great.
got some match points. Pox just needs one more, and he's been lethal, to say the least, on the sniper side. This could be the end of the set in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, it's just really come down to Pox getting those 2 spy wins. I don't think Pox is gonna drop a sniper game. I don't think it's gonna happen here. But like I said, this is Ascendbeyond's most comfortable venue, so we could see it. We could see this match get even closer than it already is.
So I've been critical of the just the overpicking of general and whatnot. That being said, if you're going to be doing things like reverse drive-by bugs, which I'm sure is on the Symbion's like win conditions list, Wheels is not the go-to character for that. He's not good at the swapping because he's got a shorter profile. I just don't like Wheels in this situation.
This is a
26%.
very respectful first flirt. I think we could have gotten away with entering closer to Pearls.
I wouldn't have done it in the last set. I think they've been playing it correctly and just taking the 51%ers in the other sets.
The thing
Or
is,
other
the
games.
trend we've seen is that Ascendbeyond has been scared of Pox's sniper and has been tentative with mission progress. And so to be about a minute and a half in now and only have a 26% flirt, I'd feel a little better if it was at least a 33%. Going in for center statues is a quick fix to a lack of mission progress, but it's what is it? If mission progress was like a weapon, center statues would be like a blunt sledgehammer.
Yeah, this
Not a lot of nuance, but it works.
you know what's
swap.
a choice? Green swap. Ascendbeyond, I was concerned he wasn't hitting many greens, and he pulled out one that might win him the game. It's going to be dependent on
Ooh,
Disney doing
Disney.
the sidestep to pick it. He's already a highlight from the inspects. It doesn't look like the lasers. Ooh, that was on camera, but we're potentially watching other
Ooh,
things.
we tried a bug as that was happening. Not the worst time for a bug, honestly, because if the sniper saw someone get called over to that statue, they're going to be watching it for the fade. Unfortunately, the bug didn't take, and yet this party, which should be narrowed down to only 2 people, is not. And that can mean 2 things. It can mean the sniper hasn't seen the swap, or it can mean they're so sure about it that they're not even going to waste time low-lighting people.
Yeah, Disney. Oh goodness, white test purloin here. We are just gonna finish.
Oh, wow. I still don't even know if the swap was seen or not. If it was, that was a bad purloin, and if it wasn't, it was still just kind of a white purloin.
Yeah, I don't mind the play. It's a mix-up from what we've seen the rest, and it's just. And Disney was actually at Windows being offered a drink, so it's kind of a frame and finish sort of play.
That was an unfortunate. Every other action test up until that point was green, and then the Pearlian was white.
I'm looking at my notes here. Puck says that he didn't catch the swap.
Ah, that is extra unfortunate then.
Yep. So, uh, that's a set.
Yeah, that
That's
is
a set.
That is a set, and that was our cast as well. The long nature of these sets meant that we could only really fit in 2. But there
Yeah,
will
so
be
there
2 more
are-
tomorrow.
There's gonna be 2 more tomorrow. There's some platinum final that some noobs are playing in.
Yeah, that's not worth watching. You want to just
Yeah, probably
skip
not.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the platinum
that'll
file will
be-
certainly be live cast, whether it's done official or not. So
It'll
definitely keep an
it'll
eye
be
on
live
that.
cast.
Pirate
That'll
cast.
be 12:30 if the players are to be believed.
I wouldn't
Um,
believe them though.
Yeah, they're distrustful. Urin's fine, but the other guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I think we got some other, like, we've had some casts. Can check out the VODs on this channel, and also Spy Party fans for other tournament of placement action. We've casted some really fun sets, and we got some more to cast here in the future. That'll be 5 p.m. Pacific time. And with that, guys, anything else that we should be dropping down? SpyParty.com, $25.
Yeah, buy
Awesome.
Spy Party. At least once, maybe twice.
And
yeah, thank you all for watching, and thank you, casters,
and thank you, players.
Thank you.
GG's
Yep.
well played.
and thank you to the host.
And the chat.
Yep.
You guys are.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye
Have
bye.
a good afternoon.